Hello guys, it is me Ariel from Lesson World, and today's video it is again a mystery drawing tutorial. For this one, as you can see, I'm doing the skin of the character, this time in a very dark blue-gray tone, because today we're doing again another Sonic character, but I'm not gonna say its name, just a little hint. Now I'm covering the whole body with this color. As you can see, I did it in another way, the color of the body, because I knew which color to use, so I decided to use that one. And I knew which character that I'll do, so that's why I'm doing the skin darker. I know in Extra Girls it's supposed to be very light skin color, but for a little reason in this one, I'm going to make the color darker, just to have a little thinking outside of the box with this one. As you can see, I rearranging the torso again because it is again a male. I promise in the future I'll do a female. Probably the next one will be that. But anyways, now I'm doing the contouring in a very dark gray blue color. The reason why I'm doing the contouring very dark is because, well, that's just my decision to make this look bigger. Now I think I'll do the this is the part where I actually wanted to design the clothing. This part was a little bit hard for me, and this one because I was like thinking of the perfect clothes design for the character, which is why I got like in a problem here to actually design. But I actually went through the design. Also, at first I'm doing instant design for the pants, but you will see in the video that I actually decided to not do the pants in this way. But right now I'm actually doing the shoes, and that too actually got a struggle while I actually wanted to do like design, but don't worry about it, I'll find the design. And the shoes now being boots, and this is a part of the design too, because if it were wearing shoes, that design it will look kind of floppy, so you will see why in the future of this video later on. Now I'm doing the third part of the boot that is referencing to the original design of the Sonic character in real life. Not real life, sorry. The original design. So now I'm coloring the boot in a very dark blue color. And it's only intentional that the colors are very dark in this one, because I actually wanted to design this character in a very goth presentation, because he actually fits the character's personality too, which is why I actually did the design very dark. You guys will actually see. So now I'm doing the a part of the shoe that actually references to the original design too. You know, like the Sonic shoes, yeah. See that in mind, Sonic shoes. Now I'm doing a blue contouring to this. Now I'm thinking about it, it kind of reminds me of Multiverse Sonic's gloves design, with dark blue being in the glove. You know, it's old glove design, but hey. Now I'm doing a little X on the boot. I don't know if you guys know where I'm reference with that X, but you guys will see the videos if you don't know. Also, I did two reins. You did the reins again. Then, this time, something different from the other design is that I'm going to make leg covers. It's more like socks that actually comes out of the boot. I know it will kind of look weird at the moment of this part of the video, but with the other design parts of the character, you'll see that it will not look weird. So now I'm doing those kind of patterns that kind of reminds me of the demon patterns of character on the demons and K-pop Demon Hunters. I haven't watched the movie, but I watched a little bit of parts on YouTube. Yes, I spoiled myself out. And I'm actually quite happy that I spoiled myself spoil spoil myself because yeah, I don't have Netflix, so I'll have to watch a little bit of parts on YouTube to understand the story. But right now, I actually did short black, which actually fits the character even more. There's a lot of black into it. Now I kind of actually wanted a kind of cape design looking this way as a part of the shirt, but then I actually thought that it would look weird if it doesn't have any pants, because I actually wanted to have a cape shirt but not without any pants. But I was like, no. So I decided to kind of do like those sort of short pants. It's kind of cardigan design. When I did this sort of fire gradient on this, it kind of reminds me of fire design, so that's why I'm saying this. Now I'm kind of doing one of the most anime character design ever on this. It kind of reminds me of an anime design, so let me know if it reminds you of that too. Now I'm kind of trying to make the cape, but you will see that the cape is on the back finale. I'm doing the neck cover of the cape, and I actually it will kind of look like a coat first, but it's more like a cape. Yeah, you see it. It's more like a cape now. Now I'm actually coloring the cape in a very dark blue. As you can see, I'm actually doing a lot of things on this character that are dark blue, and it's one of my favorite things to do with dark blue, because as I already said in a lot of videos, I like to add blue into my stuff. So yep. Of course I liked it because there are a lot of blue in this one. Now I'm recoloring the neck parts in the color of the cape. Now I'm doing the part where it kind of reminds me of Grilly's cape from Anime Jam, but don't worry about it. Now I'm doing gloves. Something I didn't do on the Fleetway one is that I actually did not do any gloves, but on this one I actually did dark no, I actually did black gloves, but the contouring is actually in the dark blue to kind of make it look like it has some shadows. Now I'm recoloring the circles in the gray, the same gray as the pants and the fur to kind of fit together. Now I'm adding some red into the design because I actually thought this character has a little bit of red onto the eyes, and also and also a little bit of on his body. And now I'm doing other design on this shirt. Finally, I actually decided to make this shirt even longer, kind of like a dress. Kind of look like a dress, but no. I'm doing the shirt a little bit longer and more like it got roughed or something. And again, the patterns that remind me of the demon patterns in K-pop Demon Hunters. So yep, I'm doing those patterns on the shirt because I kind of thought I would go well with the socks. So yep, I'm a brain kind of girl. I'm trying to fit everything together. Those patterns are intentionally not very visible. It's because I didn't want them to pop out. I just wanted them to look kind of like a texture. Now I'm doing some other design of the cape as well. I actually thought of doing a little bit of black cornering on this to kind of make it look even more goth-like, which I love. I actually really love that part. Now I'm doing a little bit of red into this, this kind of K-pop Demon Hunters patterns, but vertical, and also on the cape, but red. And I did not make them visible, the pattern again, to kind of make them look a little bit just like textures. Now I'm doing those kind of extra covers on the boots, just like I actually said in the previous mystery drawing tutorial, which was Fleetway Sonic. Now I'm doing the retouching the character on some parts that I actually missed or actually covered up by accident. And now I'm actually doing the eyes. So the eyes were the tricky part of that character design, and I think you guys actually see by right now that I kind of struggled to actually find a proper eye design for the character. You're like, now you're like, oh, the eyes are black, you know, but you're gonna see on this that I actually did it pretty awesome in kind of my version of his eyes. Now I'm doing the mouth, which is, I kind of struggle to do a little bit of the mouth, but actually thought of the design too with the mouth, so that didn't really struggle 100% with it. The part that actually struggled the most with the mouth was the tongue. As you can see, I kind of tried to make it look bigger. It kind of makes sense with its mouth. So, yep, and here it is. Now I'm going to do the eyes, which were my favorite part and also my most struggled part of the character. But yeah, you gotta have a balance on the drawing. Sometimes you would struggle with some parts. Now I'm doing the eyes white, but I'm not actually doing the eyes white. I'm actually gonna put some reds on top of the white, and the reason is because I kind of wanted to make them like a pretty cool gradient. So I think you guys will actually say at first that it's Sonic Dark EXE, but it's not. It's not. Search further. It's not Sonic EXE. You guys will actually see with its design that it's not him. Alright, just to tell you in advance. Now I'm actually cornering the eyes. I'm actually making them look like a gradient kind of pattern. Now I'm actually doing the part where you guys will see that it's EXE. Yep. I'm actually doing a pretty creepy part of this. I decided to make like a blue gradient on the middle of the eye. I kind of thought it will make it look more like a void, because the void, if you only look black, you will be like, eh? But if you add a little bit of color, it looks even more like a void. So, yeah. When the eyes look like a void. And I don't know if you guys know already by actually saying void, but it's actually part of the character's personality, void. So, I don't want my sound word, but it's part of the character, the word void. So if you guys don't already know, I'll see it at the end of this video who it is, so don't worry if you don't know or if you really don't guess it. Sometimes my characters, it's hard to actually see who they are, but when you actually see on the title, you actually see the title, you actually like, oh yeah, it makes sense. Now I'm doing some blood flowing. And little fact here, on this character, when they actually cry of blood, it actually a sign of excitement. It's when we're excited. This character, when it's excited, it actually has a blood flow on its eyes. So I don't know if you guys know this part of the character, but just giving a little bit of hints. Now I'm doing the eyes, the kind of, the parts on the eyes here. On the face. I said eyes, but it's face. Now I'm doing the hair. The hair, though, is kind of mix of the haircut I actually want, and a mixture of very long hair. It's kind of a mixture of two. Long hair with a little bit of hair to the side, as you can see here. I color the hair very dark blue. It's like the fur of the character, a very dark blue, almost like gray. But I decided to make dark blue because it kind of faded with the character. So now I'm actually adding some more parts into the hair. What will actually make the hair more sense is when I'm going to contouring the hair parts. As you can see, that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to contour. I'm adding some lines around the parts of the hair. Here we go. This was actually a more simple hair style on the side here, as you can see. I didn't want it to be too hard, so I decided to actually make that. And this haircut is actually the one of Flipway, but actually more hair on the backside, so that's just the adjustment here. And there's a little bit of hair onto the other side. That's about it. Now I'm doing some shadowing and some lining on the character, and it's also almost finished. So if you guys like this video, smash the like button, comment down below about what you think of this video. Subscribe to my channel, Let's Hump the Road, and my other channel, Let's Hump Positivity, for more content. And also share this video with anyone you want them to know about this video. So now that I already said all of that, we can end the video. So now I'm adding more lightning onto the character hair. Oh yeah, and I also added some black kind of quote-unquote eyeliner on the guy because I actually thought that it would be looking cool, and I actually did those parts. And no, it's not exhaust shear, no, it's just the fun part on it. And when I actually, oh, and I added some lighting on the beard because I actually did a beard on its face to kind of imitate a certain part of the character. Now I'm adding some blood into the hair. Yeah, it's blood. And now I'm revealing who is this character. It is Lord X. Bye guys.